lesson plan. This week I'm focusing on synonyms and antonyms for 3rd grade. This week's driving question is, what is the difference between synonyms and antonyms? It is very important to know the difference between these two words because not only does it build your vocabulary, but it comes in handy when writing papers or anything else and you don't want to use the same word over and over again. Therefore, you can use another word that means almost or similar to the same thing. So for the first day in this lesson plan, we are going to introduce synonyms. So once you have directed your students to the carpet, you are going to want to facilitate a think, pair, share question. So the question I have provided in my lesson plan is, what are some words that describe where you live? Once the students have time to answer, hopefully they will be saying home, habitat, environment, and if they're not, you're going to want to direct them to these words. Where do you live at? Well, I live in a home. Where does an animal live at? Oh, well, they live in their habitat. So hopefully the students will understand that a habitat and home are meaning the same thing. Once the students are catching on, you will want to write a word on the board. So for example, I have the word big. You're going to draw a circle and then you're going to write big in the middle of the circle. Once you have done that, you're going to want to take one line and draw it straight out from the circle, and this will start to create a word web. So what is a similar word to big? Well, large. Students are going to start telling you these words and you're going to start filling them in on the whiteboard. I have provided worksheets for this week's lesson. They provide a good practice to start to understand a synonym and antonym. So after these students have had practice with the word web, you are going to want your mail deliverer or the student who has the job of passing out papers to pass out the worksheets to each student in their desk. Here they are going to cut, glue, and color the synonyms and antonyms, and you're going to want to make sure that they are matching the correct words to their synonym. Once the students have completed this worksheet, you're going to want to pair them up with another student. They are going to compare results. If they do not have the same results, you will want to make sure and look over the worksheet. The student who has the correct worksheets and the correct results, they are going to teach the student who needs to fix their mistake and help them understand why the words go with different words. All of their worksheets are going to be kept in their worksheet folder for this week. For day number 2, I have a game to help introduce synonyms. So once you've directed the students to the carpet, you are going to have 2 stacks of index cards. One stack you will hand out to the students and one stack you will keep for yourself. Each student will get one index card and it will have one word on them. Their word is supposed to match the words you have. So if you have the word large, you are going to look for the student who has the word big or the student who has the synonym for large. The student should be able to raise their hand and say what word they have, and of course, you are going to check it and make sure that it's the correct word that goes with your word. To make this into a fun game, you could add a timer. And how many times can you guys get through the whole stack of cards and how fast you guys can do it. Make sure you're mixing up the cards in between each round so the students don't just have the same exact cards. You could also have multiple decks of cards where you just intermingle all the words so they're not getting used to the same words. For day 3, it is an introduction to antonyms. So once you have directed your students to the carpet, you are going to facilitate a question that is, what is a word that means the opposite of big? You're going to give students time to answer and hopefully they come up with the word small or tiny or any other words that is the opposite of big. I have provided a video for you in your class to watch to help describe antonyms and that they are opposites. After you guys have watched the video, you're going to direct the students back to their desk and you are going to do another word web on the whiteboard. So this time you're going to draw a circle and then you're going to write the word happy in it. Once you start adding lines away from the word happy, you're going to direct the students to give you words that mean the opposite of happy. So they could say sad, mad, angry, anything that means the opposite of happy. After you have created the word web and you have had lots of practice for antonyms, you are going to have your mail deliverer or whoever hands out papers deliver the worksheet to your students. They are going to cut, glue, and color the words and match them to their antonyms. Once the students are done with their worksheet, you're going to pair them up with another student and they are going to compare results. If they do not have the same results, you will double check which one is correct and they will teach the one who has the answers that are not correct or who are struggling, and hopefully they can help teach the student what antonyms are. For day 4, I have the same game. For the synonym game, you're going to have multiple index cards with words on them. You will have a stack of cards and your students will get handed a stack of cards. So you are going to try to beat your time from 2 days before. With practicing, you're going to want to mix and shuffle the cards. You can add in new cards. It's a great way for students to think of antonyms on the spot and very fast. For the 5th day, you will direct your students to the carpet and explain to them that they are going to be reviewing antonyms and synonyms that they have learned throughout the week. Once you have gone over the synonyms and antonyms, reviewing them and what they are and giving some examples, you are going to have each student go back to their desk. Once they are at their desk, you are going to explain to them that they each will get a turn to pop a balloon, and inside the balloon are going to be 2 words. The students are in charge of stating if they are antonyms or synonyms, and they have to get it correct. They will be judged by the other students in the classroom. I will just be a facilitator. The students will need to know if they're antonyms or synonyms, and if the one student who popped the balloon got it wrong, hopefully the other students can talk them through on why it is the opposite of what they said. Knowing the difference between synonyms and antonyms not only help you evolve your vocabulary, but they also help you when it comes to writing papers, conducting an email, or if you have a pen pal. You don't want to be saying the same words over and over again because that just gets boring. So knowing different words that mean almost or similar to the same thing is very good and very beneficial to you guys. As always, please feel free to reach out. I have dropped everything in my lesson plan that you would possibly need. Thank you.